I'm Sebastian St. James. Today I will expose negative gearing. Is it really worth it? Negative gearing is where you make a bad investment decision and you end up losing money. So you ask the government to give you a tax break to bail you out. So you have an investment that made a loss. It still earns some income, and you have another taxable income. Negative gearing is a tax avoidance scheme, proudly supported by the government. You feel like you're paying too much tax in your day job. Oh no! But what if you took out a loan, buy an investment property or some shares, but oops, they lose money? Excuse me, Mr. Taxman, I accidentally, on purpose, lost money. You're going to have to lower my taxes on my day job so that I feel good about myself. Oh, negative gearing. The negative part means your investment made a loss. The gearing part means you borrowed to invest. But do I have to face my bank manager and get a loan? No, you don't have to borrow at all. We call it negatively expensed. Same criteria as before, but no loan is needed. Now you're not geared. Geared means you're using other people's money. And typically it's the loan repayments that send you into the red. So no loan means no black hole creating a loss. And no negative gearing. Ah, I know. Which assets can I negatively gear? Can I negatively gear this? Rental property. Yes, I can. Artwork. No. Oh, okay. When you own artwork, like a painting, there's no inherent income coming into you, hence no negative gearing. What about shares? Oh, question mark. Well, we don't know because it depends on the type of shares. Okay, dividend producing shares. Yes, you can. And what about your own home? No, that is not an investment. Is it true that if Armaguard doesn't deliver your loan in person, it doesn't count? There are strict requirements that you must adhere to if you want to claim it as an investment expense. The loan must be clearly traceable, separate, pure and uncontaminated. Just like me. The question is, what can you do with an investment loan? Use it to pay your rent. You will reimburse those funds later. You use the money from your loan to pay for a personal expense. That money is dirty, defiled, and paying it back won't make it pure again. An investment loan must go straight from the lender to your investment and not get contaminated along the way. Is negative gearing designed to make the rich even richer? Well, let's take a look. This is my channel member, Smiley Dennis. He has an income of $200,000, which is a 45% tax rate. It's my channel member, Jamie Davis. His income is $45,000, a tax rate of 16%. Two people who think they pay too much tax. Wait, how much tax do they actually pay? Jamie pays $4,288. Dennis, $56,138. But the question is, can we wipe out Jamie's entire tax bill just by using negative gearing? Jamie's tax is $4,288. His tax rate is 16%. Doing the math, we find out the investment loss to wipe out all of his tax is $26,800. So let's assume that both of the boys have exactly the same investment loss. Based on the negative gearing loss, Jamie gets off his tax $4,288. Dennis gets back $12,060. Wow, 3 times as much. Is it fair that for the same investment loss, one person gets 3 times as much back from the government than the other? No, clearly not. But he is paying more tax in the first place. That's also true. Oh, I got a thanks from Phil. Thank you, Phil. What would a fairer negative gearing system look like? Negative gearing Mark II, a fairer system, you get back the same percentage for everybody, and you can't get back more tax than you paid. My property has gone down in value. Can I claim that on negative gearing? My shares have gone down in value. Can I claim that on negative gearing? Paying tax is like going to the toilet. No, really it is. There is the capital door and the income door. The ATO demands that you keep them separate. You can't mix doors. The income door is negative gearing eligible. But the capital door is negative gearing. You can't claim negative gearing on anything that goes through that door. If your investment property is falling apart and you spend $10,000 fixing it up, well, that goes through the income door, income/expense, and therefore you can claim that on negative gearing. If you lose $10,000 on a share when you sell it, that is a capital loss. That's the wrong door, therefore no negative gearing. Is that unfair? Yes. But remember, capital gains, after 12 months of holding them, you can claim the 50% discount. So there is something for that door. Negative gearing is a risk. It's inherently a money sinkhole. Oh, it's my new house. In rent, I get $800 a month, whereas my costs are only $700. That is a profit of $100. How many of these types of houses could I afford? Well, the answer is hundreds. They pay me. I don't have to pay anything. Oh, it's my other new house. It rents for $1,200, but it cost me $2,200, which means my profit is minus $1,000. How many of these types of houses could I afford to invest in? Well, it cost me $1,000 a month. Each house. I'm going to run out of money pretty quickly. Sure, I can claim some of that back on negative gearing, but the tax amount that I get back is always less than 50%, so I'm going to be paying most of it. But what if you slip and fall and hurt your back? Who pays for your loans then? What if ChatGPT takes over your entire industry? Who pays for your loans then? Negative gearing is a fantastic loophole, but if you're geared up to the eyeballs, then you're living in a sandcastle and it could collapse if anything goes wrong. Oh, I got a thanks from Terry. Thank you, Terry. Are there negative gearing differences between shares and investment properties? Yes. Negative gearing laws stay the same, but the investments are likely to be structured very differently. I will cover that in videos coming up soon.